people. T.I. and Boosie, homie, Boosie killed 9 black people. He murdered 9 black people. He killed his baby mama's brother, put a hit on him, and gave a nigga $2,800 times 9. This kid killed so many black people, he confessed. And he's gonna rot in prison from being 16 years old. He was a serial killer. He was Lil Boosie's serial killer. It's a whole story about this kid, Marlo Mike. Why won't nobody go interview him? Why won't nobody talk to him? Why do Boosie get all the love as if he the killer? And Boosie ain't no motherfucking killer. You can slap Boosie and that wouldn't do nothing. You can slap Lil Boosie, that bitch ain't gonna do nothing. Lil Marlo was the killer. Lil Boosie ain't had a fight with nobody. That you punch him in the nose, that bitch will bleed to death because he a diabetic. You can't give him no black eye. He'll die. He a diabetic. Split his goddamn head open, it won't heal. How he tough? Marlo Mike was the nigga. He killed 9 black people, my nigga, before he even got 16 years old. But you know what? That kid watched somebody die when he was a baby, and he remembered the murder. And that kid also suffered with mental health. And Lil Boosie running around here talking like he tough in the motherfucker. And ain't never. Lil Boosie is not known for killing nobody. He ain't known for shooting that pistol in Baton Rouge. He known for paying a nigga like a bitch. Lil Boosie is a bitch, man. A fake ass gangster bitch. A nigga slap Lil Boosie. That bitch wouldn't do nothing. Straight up, my nigga. $1,000 shot his goddamn ass. That bitch went to running. And there ain't no gangster. And I stand on that, my nigga. I tell that nose to nose, forehead to forehead to that nigga face. I touch his lips with mine, telling him I'll be so headbutting that bitch. Headbutting that bitch. My lips will touch his lips. I'll be headbutting that with my forehead, telling him you ain't no goddamn gangster, nigga. You went to prison and got high. You went to prison and went to popping X pills and syrup in prison because you couldn't handle that, nigga. That little boy couldn't take them 9 murders, homie. He couldn't take it. So he went to confessing. Because them demons is a motherfucker. Every now and then I see my victim.
What it do? It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Say, man, I'm gonna treat this motherfucker like a ghetto courtroom. Boosie, you are on trial. You've been convicted of fraud. You've been convicted of false street credit. A lot of shit. Charleston White done called you out, bro. And I'm gonna be honest, you gotta catch that fade, pimpin'. You gotta redeem yourself. You gotta walk in redemption. You've said a lot of tough shit over the years. Listen, for all you motherfuckers that think I'm just picking on Boosie, this is about my 10th Boosie video. Now I ain't picking on you, bro, but listen, I'm addressing the fakeness of my culture and what I grew up under. Cause the top 2 toughest rappers that I thought when I was coming up, because this was my era, I thought Zero and Boosie was the 2 toughest rappers on the planet. I thought they was the 2 most gangster rappers on the goddamn planet. They motivated me to try to be a gangster and think I was a gangster. Many licks I hit. I was jamming Boosie on the way. Yeah, it's a lot of shit I done. I was jamming Boosie on the way to do some shit. So I just want to address the fact that you have misled people. A lot of shit. Because when Ro got jumped by Trey, that motherfucker went on Fox News and told it. That motherfucker said Trey real name and shit. Yeah, I think Trey going to court over that shit. I think he sued Trey. It's a lot of shit that I thought a lot of you tough motherfuckers would never do. Listen, I talk a lot about these young stinking ass rappers, and I think they soft, and I think 90% of them do weird shit. I think 90% of them hang with Lil Nas X and do the shit he do. I think 90% of these rappers today do that. So, but I just got to touch my generation too. You know, I can't leave nobody out, bro. Everybody must get this smoke. So, Boosie, it's a lot of shit that happened to you since you've been out of prison. Before you went to prison, let me tell you something, bro. I was in prison when you caught that charge. And you know, I was so proud. You know, as a so-called, as a gangster, I thought that was the most. I said, damn, he got 5 bodies? Oh yeah, Boosie a gangster. Yeah, he facing death row, and when he beat the shit, I said, oh yeah. This is the most gangster story I've ever heard. This motherfucker beat 5 murders. He was a rapper, he lived that shit, he actually talked. All that shit. But that was false representation, bro. Marlo was the man. 15-year-old boy. Yeah, he should have been the rapper. He should have been rapping all that shit you said. A 15-year-old boy, and you was in your 20s. You was about 27, 28. And you had a 15-year-old kid putting in your work for you. So, it's time we address a lot of shit, bro. I bet Marlo ain't got no money on his books. I bet you ain't sending nothing to him. So, like I said, it's a lot of shit, bro. And not only that, a couple months ago, I seen you on a video. You was saying, shit, I put 150K on his head and this and that. You still ain't learned, bro. Because you was stressed the fuck out when you was locked up. You don't want to face that shit no more, bro. Don't talk that shit if you can't walk that shit. And that go for all you motherfuckers. Bro, you ain't ready to catch nobody. You really ain't ready to catch nobody. A lot of you motherfuckers talk that shit. You ain't ready to catch nobody. A lot of you motherfuckers can't catch nobody sober. A lot of you motherfuckers got to get high to catch a body. A lot of you motherfuckers got to be with somebody to catch a body. So none of this so-called gangster shit impresses me. A lot of you motherfuckers just cowards. So you got to catch that fade, pimping. Like I said, you still ain't lived down that shit that happened to you in Dallas. You know, Dallas ran you the fuck out the city. You know, don't get it twisted. It's very few rappers that it actually hurt me when they died. That shit hurt me when Mo3 died. That shit hurt. That shit hurt me when Mo3 died. That shit really, really hurt. That's one of the most talented rappers that has ever touched hip hop. He's one of the most talented rappers. So that hurt me. But Boosie, you tried to come down on some OG shit like you was laying down law. Them little young motherfuckers in Dallas let you know real quick. You don't got no say-so in Texas, pimping. That shit, and you really ain't got no say-so in Louisiana. That's why you moved to Atlanta. It's the reason why you moved to Atlanta, bro. And Atlanta is once again, it's the gayest city in America, in the world. And you moved there, and you've been there for a while. You got a mansion out there. You have parties and shit. It's a lot of shit you've started doing since you moved to Atlanta. So, I'm saying that to say this, bro. The motherfuckers in Dallas ran you the fuck off. There's been no retaliation. You took that gunshot wound. Yeah, I remember you was trying to roll around in your wheelchair and went viral doing that shit. But you ain't went viral retaliating. No harm has been done to none of them brothers in Dallas. You ain't been back at Big T either. So, I think it's a good thing I pointed that out. Listen, bro, at this point, you look real soft. And I think it's only right, bro. You got to get in that ring. You got to get in that ring because we ain't never seen you really put in no work. We ain't never seen you live up to the shit that you say. So, you going to have to get in that ring, and I don't think you can fight. I think Charleston going to beat the dog shit out you. I don't think you're going to take the fight, and I don't think you can fight. Because motherfuckers talk that shit about Charleston. That motherfucker grew up fighting. You ain't grew up fighting, bro. You grew up doing some coward. You grew up with guns and pistol play and always having another motherfucker to do work for you. I don't think you ever caught a body yourself. And even if you did, it wasn't in prison. But you ain't that type of motherfucker. You that type of motherfucker that hide behind some shit, bro. You know, a lot of you to me, if you a real killer, you got to be ready to do a life sentence. You ain't a real killer to me unless you willing to kill a motherfucker in broad day in front of the law, wherever it's at, if he's really your enemy. Now, you supposed to be willing to do that shit wherever the fuck we at. If a law is present, if it's in front of the goddamn police station, the fire department, you motherfuckers sneak and try to hide to get you killed. and then you want to do a murder dance and all these little dances about the kills you do. Now, a real killer ready to do a life sentence. Yeah, like Samuel Jackson in that movie. Remember he killed that boy in that courtroom? Yeah, that was a real killer. That's when you really ready. When it don't matter what scene, you ain't got to sneak into it. It ain't got to be no surprise. None of that. That's a real killer. So ain't none of you motherfuckers ready to do a life sentence. How the fuck you a killer, but you ain't ready to do life without parole? So, nah, you a coward, bro. I want to see you in the ring. I want to see you ring, and I don't want to hear nothing about your diabetes. Yeah, you can get your nutrition. Yeah, to keep your sugars leveled and shit. But nah, bro, I don't want to hear no medical problems. None of that shit. I want to see at least 3 to 5 rounds with Charleston White. I'm gonna tell you something. This shit gonna do 5 million pay-per-view buys. And another thing, all you boxing motherfuckers that think you so loyal to boxing, let me tell you something. Boxing is a circus. I'm not here to try to tell you motherfuckers that boxing is the real deal. I think it's the greatest sport in the world. I think it's the most entertaining sport in the world. I think if it wasn't so much monkey shit and so much racism and so much biasness, that boxing would be the #1 sport in the world. I think it's the most entertaining. There is nobody that ever existed in sports that's more entertaining than Ali. So I think boxing is the shit, but it's become a circus. All you motherfuckers that's offended by me supporting Charleston White versus Boosie in a celebrity boxing match, you same motherfuckers call Jake Paul fights. Yeah, when he fight, y'all go live. You talk about it. Y'all supported Jake Paul. So I want to support Charleston White versus Boosie. I think the streets need to come together for once, and we need to support this boxing match. He done dissed your son because your son want to be a gangster, but he been living in mansions his whole life. Your daughter, she's a bulldogger. It's a lot of shit. Your kids are very confused and shit. What you got about 9 kids, 7 baby mamas that didn't grow up together. It's a lot of shit, bro. I question you as a father. I question you as a man. I question you as a so-called gangster that you claim to be. Because you still in the mix and you still sit on Vlad's couch and you always want to prove that you still a gangster. Well, to prove to me you a gangster, you got to get in the ring with Charleston White. And goddamn it, I got Charleston White by knockout inside 3 rounds. Goddamn it, you got to get this motherfucking smoke. This is 903 Boxing. I am your host, George J. With that, I'm out.